Hi, this is Peter Propp. I run the marketing leadership practice at Shore Communications, and welcome back to another episode of 10 Minute Strategy. We are lucky to have as a returning guest our friend Ted Rubin, who is the Chief Social Marketing Officer for a firm called Collective Bias, which is a unique outfit as far as I can tell in terms of their ability to leverage the power of the crowd to drive some really impressive marketing results. But that's my point of view. Ted, why don't you tell me the way you see it?
Well, first I want to say, Peter, how happy I am to be here. I love our conversations. 10-Minute Strategy does a great job bringing out great information for a lot of people that are very interested. Collective Bias is a social shopper marketing company. What that means, if you know this subsegment in the advertising industry called shopper marketing, that Mars has been the number one company for 5 years. Other companies like Tracy Locke or Saatchi X, we specialize in path to purchase and in retailers and CPG products primarily. What Collective Bias is we have a private community called Social Fabric that has close to 1,800 bloggers in it. Now, John Andrews, our founder, was the head of emerging media at Walmart, and approximately 3 years ago, he left. While he was there, he built the Walmart 11 Moms program, which is very well known for being one of the first retailer and CPG-related communities where they learn from the bloggers. So John took that and built Collective Bias, which is really a scaled version for everybody of Walmart Moms. Again, we've grown slowly because we get to know every blogger personally, and what we've built is a true community. So unlike networks where you either buy advertising or an agency reaches out and needs X amount of bloggers to do something, they send the exact same request to every blogger and they do the exact same thing. Ours is very strategic. It operates like a community, which means all the bloggers tend to support each other. And we've had a lot of success creating user-generated content that's wrapped around the entire shopping process, creates increased SEO, awareness, and amplification of a message on a year-round basis.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, we all talk about crowdsourcing, or many people talk about crowdsourcing, and there's an idea of a very unorganized crowdsourcing. There's ideas of crowdsourcing to solve corporate problems, like my old employer did. There's crowdsourcing to do many things. Many petitions now are being crowdsourced, and that's a big action in the crowdsourcing space. It seems like you've got a highly organized crowdsourcing model. Why don't you tell us a little bit what you guys did on behalf of Nestle with their ice cream brands? That's Edie's, Dryers, and Drumstick, and I guess it was a promotion through Walmart?
Well, what it was is that Nestle was launching their products and wanted to have a major impact around the Memorial Day holiday weekend last year at the Walmart stores. And they specifically wanted to drive traffic there. So we've worked with Nestle for a long time. What they did was engage us to find a group of bloggers, and we engaged 110 bloggers on their behalf who were involved in a very strategic traffic and sales driving promotion. And without directly saying, go buy our product, this was about creating content, media, and more importantly, stories around the product. And then having people at the events, having bloggers that work on the total view of the thing, which we call showcase bloggers. We have bloggers shopping. We have bloggers attending the event. And unlike a lot of networks where people are reached out to and do exactly the same thing, we set different bloggers to do different things, to have different points of view, to shop in different ways. And really what it's about is asking the people who are actually doing it to give you feedback on what makes it better and how to promote the message. I can't tell you how many meetings I've been in with John Andrews, who is a thought leader, who has been in the CPG business for years, who worked at Walmart for a number of years, when major brands will say, well, John, what do you think? And he'll look them right in the eye and say, why are you asking me? Let's ask our community.
Right.
Because these are the people we got to talk to. So many people forget Marketing 101. And I say this all the time. Every MBA should have to take Marketing 101 before they graduate, and all agency personnel should have to take it once a year. And not to forget about marketing to your target audience, not to yourself.
Right.
So what we did is we created people around this. We created a lot of talk, a lot of people at the events. Every one of our bloggers has an average touch point of 25,000 followers or people that listen to what they want to say, which gives us an aggregate voice of about 50 million with our entire community. They have relationships with these people, and again, they build stories. They talk about real life experiences, and just to cut to the chase, in the end, over a 2 weekend period, Nestle saw a 37% lift in sales between Memorial Day and 4th of July.
Wow, that's really incredible. So let's talk a little more about your network, because it's pretty impressive on its own. You have it says in this article from Shopper Marketing Institute, you have 1,200 influencers. You said it's closer to 2,000 now, right?
No, it's actually close to, it's just probably 1792 is I think where we're at right now. So we're approaching 1,800. We could be at 30,000 like any of these other huge networks, but we have an invitation only or an application only type of process.
Right.
And the reason for this is not because we're looking for size, because we're looking for interaction, we're looking for engagement. We're looking for people who really want to reach out and say, I want to be a part of this, and raise their hand and are willing to go through a process to be a part of it, because we're not looking to bulk up our numbers. We want people that are interested, that are engaged, and therefore really can have influence for a brand. We like to meet every one of these bloggers. We go to almost every blogging event. We have somebody there. I go to a huge amount of them. John Andrews goes to a few. And there are community managers who are all bloggers, because we employ bloggers as well as having them in our community, attend these events, because this way we really get to know the people. We know what their passion points are. We know what really matters to them. It's not just about them filling out a form. Right. And then this community really operates like a community, not a network. When bloggers are involved in campaigns, very often other bloggers from the community jump on the campaigns even when they're not being paid or even when they're not a part of it, because a few reasons. Number one, they respect the other bloggers and they like what they're talking about. Number two is they support them because they want to be supported when they do campaigns. And number three, it's just a community effect that people tend to get involved in things that other community members are doing.
Well, right. And if you're reading something that someone else is passionate about, it comes through as something real. And if it's appealing to you, you cover it.
Especially if it's another influencer that you've built a relationship with because you've been communicating. Our community is not just about campaigns. We allow the bloggers to set up their own sub-communities and discussion groups.
Right.
So they're all getting to know each other in many, many different ways. And they have respect for each other in those respects, and they know what each other knows best.
Excellent. So how about their pay? You mentioned they're getting paid when they do these campaigns. What is that range?
Well, it can be as little as $100 for a shopportunity. We call it, before we do anything with a brand, we have bloggers shop the product. We do not believe in sending samples to a blogger's house unless it's a product that just isn't out in the marketplace yet. Right. We want them to tell a story about their experience and how they bought it. We want the insights that come from that. And then we pay at all different levels. It's a learning process for us, but we are firm believers in that bloggers are publishers. And they deserve to get paid for their work.
Right.
And the attitude we take when we come up against people who think that it lacks authenticity in that respect is that we make this very clear, and I've been saying this at conferences for a couple of years now. We do not pay bloggers for their advocacy. We pay them for their influence, their expertise, and their hard work.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you tell them you want to write about on a topic and give them some general guidelines, and then they describe it the way they want to describe it and put it out there in the world. 100%.
I have to tell you, I love critics because critics bring a sense of authenticity to a campaign, and critics also give you tremendous feedback. Right. If they tell you things that are wrong, JetBlue has a policy. If one person's complaining, there's at least another 149 others, and in most cases, it's many more. So that brings great things that we need to know about for our brands and for us to make things better.
Right. So Ted, we're almost up against 10 minutes, and I just want to sort of put a bow on this for people who don't have the network of your size at their disposal. They still can engage bloggers that they like and who are interesting to them. And what would you recommend they think about? What are some tips?
Some tips are reach out and follow these people. Read their blogs, comment on their blogs, build a relationship with them the same way you would if you were part of the PTA, if you were part of a local organization, if you met them at a networking event. We have so many opportunities with scaled social to connect with people, and what we tend to do is click buttons and think that means it's a connection. So the most important thing is look people in the eye digitally. Get to really know them. And then get out and meet some of these people. Don't forget that the best kind of social is face-to-face social. And, look, I'd love to talk to you another time, Peter. I know we're out of time, but I've got some great case studies to do with Glidden and with Elmer's and many of our other clients. So let's do that another time.
Absolutely. No, we're going to try to get that on the books real soon. And Ted, thanks so much again for your time. And this is Peter Propp from 10 Minute Strategy, Shore.com. Ted, thanks
Peter.
so much.